Hey there, this is Michael with a general reading intended for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August 2020. I do hope that this video finds you well and in good spirits, and I want to wish all of you a happy birthday to those of you who have a birthday in August, all my August Virgos. I do hope that this is a special one for you. I won't lie, the astrology is a little bit intense for this month, and honestly, for the rest of the year, what else is new, right? But if you are curious to hear more what I am kind of sensing is going on, I do have the astrology blog linked down below. I will warn you now, it's a little bit of a doozy, but I think it's just good to have this energy kind of in our minds and not to judge it as wrong or as something that is, you know, we have to stop it or anything like that. I think there's a lot of New Age people who are doing that right now because frankly, it's part of the birthing process. And things get worse before they get better. And I know it's been a hard year already. People don't want to hear that message right now. But, you know, I think it's just important to remember that this is really, you know, a strange time. It's an unprecedented time. And a lot of us who are incarnated right now are here for a very specific reason, for a very specific purpose. So I don't want this to scare you. It's just about making empowered and informed decisions. So that astrology blog is linked down below, as well as all my links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. I am really curious to see what the cards have in store for you. I will be referencing the astrology throughout this video, but again, I do recommend looking at the astrology blog if you'd like a more thorough picture, and also see the list of those dates and transits that I will be referencing. So what are the messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Show us clearly. Show us clearly, please. And you know, we are in the month of your 12th house. Because the sign before us rules our subconscious, which is the 12th house. Our karma, our lessons, our undoing. And personally, I've always felt like August is a month of reflection and a very spiritual month. And I think a lot of my Virgos will understand what I mean by that. And I think you can kind of read it in the blog post that I wrote as well. I think a lot of you Virgo people will feel me too. What are the messages for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August? First half of August, please. Great. You know, so we do have the High Priestess. Again, this is really you connecting to your intuition. And really meditating and opening yourself up to the unknown. That's a big thing for you this month, Virgo. We also have the Strength card and Justice. And then the Daughter of Pentacles. I really do feel like with this Daughter of Pentacles, this is actually your energy, Virgo. I'm feeling like you're very behind the scenes at the start of this month. And you might feel like you need to take a lot of time for yourself, or you're not really looking at the limelight. Obviously, not a lot of Virgos like to do that anyways, but I really feel like this is a meditative month for you. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo or a Libra with the Strength card or the Justice card here. I think you're really just sitting with some emotions. You know, you're not being very reactive here. You're being very patient, very even-tempered. I almost want to say like the Temperance card is here too. Because with the lion's strength here in this card, it's not that this lion is acting like this ferocious beast. The lion has actually tamed its impulse. And it's found this very deep inner peace. And with Justice card, it's like bringing something into balance. For those of you who are dealing with a legal situation, or just some form of bureaucracy, it's important that you are really keeping your emotions in check. Even when emotions are very strong and heightened during this Leonian energy, expression can go into dramatics. But it's almost like you're the voice of reason, Virgo, but you're very much... You're not trying too hard to be heard either way, which is kind of interesting. So I'm curious to hear what is going on here. You're really just finding your inner strength, I think. I'm not surprised to see this energy at all. We are starting this month off with a pretty interesting full moon. You know, this is happening in Aquarius. And it's also squared with Uranus, which is Aquarius's ruling planet. So there may be some sudden realizations, some sudden downloads or insights that are coming to you, some new information, and you're still kind of processing it. Some of you are nearly complete with a cycle here, and maybe this is just your birthday or another year of your life, and you're seeing this end in sight. You're feeling a bit tired, a bit drained, and that makes a lot of sense because we do have Mars in its pre-shadow phase throughout the month of August before it finally goes retrograde in its native sign Aries on September 9th, which will be during our season. And that can really slow down our energy. And when you have Mars in Aries, there really is this desire to move forward and to, you know, really tackle things head on. But that may not be possible, and it can actually result in some conflict or some, you know, temper tantrums, so to speak. And that might be energy that you're kind of dealing with, especially with this energy trining with Leo. There is a lot of ego stuff that is coming to the surface to be healed, and sometimes that doesn't look pretty. But honestly, Virgo, you just seem so content and peaceful. You don't really feel like you need to step into any sort of situation right now. Or you're just kind of showing up, holding space for people, holding space for whatever's going on. Because there is a change, and I think you have more perspective as to what's going on in the bigger picture here than the people around you. You know you will get your retribution. Justice will be served in this situation. What you're putting out will come back to you. And if there are some sort of delays, it might not be until Libra season that you see some sort of conclusion. So that could be the end of September to the end of October. Let's pull an animal card now to kind of clarify what we have so far. It's just really important for you to meditate a lot this month, Virgo. And, I've been feeling this myself, for sure. I try not to put myself in these general readings, but I feel like this is kind of messages I've been receiving myself. And it really is just our time to rest and to reflect. What are the messages for Virgo for the first half of August? What is the animal wisdom for Virgo? Show me clearly, please. Show me clearly, please. Octopus and Scorpion. Yeah, again, this makes me feel like there is some toxic energy around you. And it could be very tempting to kind of get pulled in, or it could be very easy to get pulled in with this octopus, and there's kind of the stinger here with the scorpion. You might feel like someone is trying to manipulate you with this octopus energy. And I even get the sense, this is interesting, someone is trying to elicit a certain reaction from you right now. So you have this octopus character who's trying to get you to sting. They want you to react, to prove some sort of point, or to get some sort of rise out of you. And again, Virgo, you don't have to get pulled into this right now. If you're feeling really worn down, which some of you are, give yourself some time to rest. Let's take a look at where this is going. We're going to be looking at the second half of August now, when we're starting to enter your season. Let me think. With this Aquarius full moon that we have at the start of August, it is really asking you to kind of change your routines as well. Maybe adding a little more self-care. And someone could be trying to make you do something that you don't want to do. Honestly, Virgo, you just feel so peaceful. I'm actually really enjoying this energy from you this month. And it's not to say that I don't feel like there isn't stuff going on, but you're very intuitive, you're very mystical, you're very in your power. And you have the Father of Cups here. Some of you may be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have the Ace of Wands. And the Father of Pentacles. I really, really like this energy for you. You're coming into the end of August with a lot of stability. And a very measured emotionality. And someone could be coming forward as well, who is kind of matching this energy in you. Could be someone you have manifested. And this Leo new moon that we have on August 19th is going to be a really good time for you to connect with your intuition. And this whole month is really, but this Leo new moon in particular, because you have a lot of spiritual messages, your intuition is very, very strong. And there's this new passion in your heart as well. You're feeling reinvigorated, this new spark, and this could even be a download or some sort of divine intercession in your life. And even though the Ace of Wands is often the least consistent of the aces, it's kind of that spark, this Father of Pentacles, I feel like there's this new opportunity for you that you're going to be building over time. Could be with an earth sign, another Virgo or Taurus or Capricorn. Could be with a water sign. We do also have Libra and Leo. You're building something very strong together. I actually want to clarify this Ace of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands here? Show us clearly, please. The Star. Yes, some of you really are, again, you're connecting to your intuition. That keeps coming up very, very strongly. And you're very perceptive of the energy around you. But again, I feel like there's almost this touching your destiny that's happening for you. And we do have Uranus that is going to be going retrograde in your 9th house, your house of ideas, of philosophy, of spirituality. And you really could be rethinking a lot of things, a lot of change that is happening there for you. And a lot of gates opening up. It might be a little unsettling, and maybe that's why you're taking some time to yourself. But honestly, Virgo, again, your energy is very calm. It's probably the most calm I have felt it in a long time, actually. Which is interesting because I do feel like my Virgos have been doing pretty okay through all of this year. And it doesn't mean that we don't have the anxiety. It doesn't mean that we don't have, you know, those circling or spiraling thoughts. That's something I think you've really been having a lot this year, but you've showed up where you needed to show up. And I feel like right now, you're just finding a very strong center inside of yourself, and spiritually, something is really happening here for you. And specifically, I don't know why this is coming through. Some of you are waking up very early. You're changing your routine to, you know, maybe do some sort of morning spiritual practice, a morning meditation or yoga. I feel like that would be very useful for a lot of you if that's something you've been thinking about or considering. And it feels like some of you are waking up around 4 a.m., which is Brahma Muhurta, and that's actually a time to meditate. So if you're just waking up at that time or kind of early in the morning, you might just need to meditate for a little bit and you can go back to bed, but that is coming through for some reason. And you're finding this sense of purpose with Cheetah, this forward movement. Something is happening super fast. And it's very emotionally fulfilling. It could be involving a water sign, again, or an earth sign. That's too many. Let's try that again. I feel like there's one more that wants to come through. Ooh. Interesting. So, we do have the cheetah, but we also have the panther. I'm going to be honest, Virgo. There are some things that are changing, and there are some endings that are happening, but this doesn't actually feel like something you're dreading. So I don't want you to hear this and be like, oh my gosh, this is falling apart. It actually feels like something is coming to an end, and it's like, oh, thank God it's over. To be honest with you. And you might have sensed that it was happening, and now that it's finally happening, it's just a relief. Because you have a very strong sense of direction towards the end of August. And a lot of passion here. And there may be something kind of lurking from the shadow that will reveal itself to you, and that's why you're doing a lot of meditation and inner work this month. It's important to do your shadow work. And to really understand, people are often reacting because of this story inside of themselves, and it doesn't really have much to do with the situation they're currently in. And when you have this awareness, when you really understand this concept, it's very easy for you to just be present in some situations where other people might get very stirred up or riled up with that person or kind of fight back. For you, you're just like, oh, you know, you're kind of just listening here. And it's not taking you away from this passion, this purpose. This has been a huge thing for Virgo actually this year. This spiritual calling, this spiritual purpose, it keeps coming up. What is this for you? I want to hear in the comments down below, because this is definitely a recurring thing. I want to pull a card for love, actually. For some reason that didn't really come through. Ooh! A flash of the Ten of Cups. I like it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Ten of Cups and Judgment. This did kind of just pop out, this Ten of Cups. It might be a little further down the road. I do feel like there is a very solid relationship. And it just doesn't feel like it's your concern, actually, by the end of this month. That's interesting. So, it could be... It could potentially be something from someone with the past, someone from the past with that Judgment card. I just see a lot of healing that's happening. And I think the healing work that you're doing now with this Panther card, it's opening up a relationship for you. Or it's creating harmony in your existing relationships. And it's almost like when you follow the spiritual calling, this relationship kind of comes and falls into your lap as well. But I don't think that's the main focus here, especially when we're going into your season, Virgo. This is about you. This is your reading. And you are the master this month. And I really, really like this energy. And those are really all the messages I'm getting for you right now. I do hope that this was helpful. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling, if this is resonating for you. How is this resonating for you? I do have links for personal readings and Reiki sessions for those of you who feel like they need a little assistance in their own life. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Virgo.